Hi, I'm Denis Morland.
And I'm Daniel Turkowitz.
And we are here today narrating the game of Yorktown White versus Yorktown Green.
It's going to be a very competitive match. As you can see, we actually have two different bowling teams for Yorktown Varsity. Hello everyone and welcome to Yorktown Varsity Bowling. We have a great match today between both Yorktown teams.
That's right, Yorktown Green and Yorktown White. Yeah, go.
This is going to be a very competitive game.
And
it's an intense rivalry.
Oh. And first up is Vincent Mangino for the Green team.
The ball is out. And the 5-pin is left standing. Here goes Mitch. Now let's see if they can pick up the spares. The key to a good score is being able to pick up the spares.
That's right, if you don't have the spares, you don't have anything.
Here goes Vinny. Good throw, looks promising. Vinny picks up the spare. There goes Mitch. Mitch gets the spare too.
Here comes Dan Turk up to the alley.
Dan Turkwitz is a senior at Yorktown High School who is on Yorktown Green.
He's having a pretty good season, and
yeah, I've said so far.
Up to his approach, lets it go. Looks like a pretty good shot. Up, comes up short, chops a split.
It was just shy of the pocket. Now, Austin, what would be your look on the lanes today?
They seem a lot wetter than they usually are. They're pretty slick, and the ball's having trouble grabbing, so we're going to see a lot of adjustments out there today.
All right, and here we have Mark from Yorktown White. Oh, and an explosive hit that leaves the 5-pin standing.
Ryan Prestiato's coming up, who's a senior here at Yorktown High School. He's a total home run.
And the release.
Thought I'd get a good mix on that one, but leaves a pretty tough spare.
I did. This is what I need you to do. Don't even bother putting this on. When the ball starts going down the lane, just turn it and zoom in, right? Zooming into this is make bigger nets.
Goes Ryan for the spare. And he leaves a pin. Here comes Denis Morland on the right lane. The ball is off. Leaves 3. Here's Austin Tobia, the left lane. Ball is off. Leaves 2 pins standing. Both players need to make this spare. Here goes Denis. And he converts. Here goes Austin. Ball is off. He converts as well. Up on the right, we have Nick Denis. Ball is off. He leaves a split.
Now you see, especially in bowling, splits are very hard to pick up, especially what he has right now.
He has the 210. Here goes Victor. Victor with the strike. Great shot.
He's possibly one of the best bowlers we have on our team so far.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he hooks the ball. You see how many revs the ball has on it as it leaves his hand. Here goes Nick trying to convert. He makes the 2. Mitch, there goes Mitch. Ooh, that's a tough spare. Let's see if he can convert. Here comes Vinny on the right. The ball is off. Vinny leaves 1 standing.
Now you see, that's what we call getting robbed, I tell you what.
Yes, I think you should call the police. Here goes Mitch, trying for the spare. He's able to convert 3, but not the whole thing. It was Vinny. Vinny missed. Yeah.
So here comes Dan Turk up again for the second time. He left it up an open frame, but let's see if he can recover.
Mark Ornstein with a strike. And here comes Dan Turkwitz.
Looks like a good shot. Oh, comes up a little high, and it's a pretty hard spare, but that's definitely convertible. Oh, and here comes Denis up to the lane. And Dan's going for the split. He looks like a good shot. Oh, he misses it by an inch. Denis makes a good shot. Leaves the 5-pin standing.
There goes Ryan's ball. Nice hook.
Good shot, but the solid 10-pin.
Here goes Denis with the spare, and he converts.
Let's see if Ryan can recover from his last open frame and pick up the spare.
Ryan will have to make this 10-pin.
Looks like he has it, and he makes a good
And he
conversion.
converts. It's Nick, great ball. And Nick makes the strike.
Now, you don't see too many people with that much power anymore.
No, the key is you have to find the great spot on the lane where there's just enough oil yet enough friction to get the ball to rotate enough. And Austin does it. He gets a strike.
Vincent Mangino on the left.
Vincent does the same.
Now let's see if Victor can keep up this streak. And he does. He converts.
Hey, Dennis, you can edit out all our cursing.
No, but yeah, but it'll be too far. And Dan Turk's on the left. Oh, and just it was a perfect shot, just a little bit off. And Mitch just missed the pocket too. See, one of the hardest things about bowling is apparently when you find that you have your good throw, and then you mess it up by hitting maybe just a little bit to the right or right on the head pin, and that is really destructive to a game. Oh, and see, 10 pins to righty bowlers are very hard to make because the way that their ball hooks, they hook towards the left. So having Dan try to hook it to the right is just very hard. Good effort, though. And here's Mark Ornstein on the right. Oh, we just missed the head pocket, too.
Here comes Ryan Prestiano coming back up, working off the 9 spare. Good.
Sucks. Is that on live?
Yes.
No.
So, Mr. Tovar, how do you feel about the team this year?
And Ryan missed it.
Well, you
Left
see,
the
Mr.
10
Tovar,
pin. He
that
left
is
the
a very tough spare to make because you have to hit it just in the right spot for the head
And
pin to kick
he-
over.
He left the 10 pin.
That too.
Now here comes Denis.
Ball is
Throws
off.
it down over the 5 board, turning in and strike.
Right.
Beautiful.
This is Coach Bill Tovar
And
speaking.
so far, there goes Austin on his side over there. Another strike. This is again Yorktown against Yorktown. We can't lose. The team is doing
Either
very
way,
well.
Yorktown rules.
I was pleasantly surprised about the green team and more surprised about the white team, especially Nick and Mitch. I knew what I had with Denis because he was really good last year, but Nick and Mitch were new this year, and they really surprised me. They're doing very well. And here comes Victor the bum. I mean, Victor, I forget his name.
Ransom 40.
No, I know who he is. I hope this is, we can edit all this stuff out if I said anything bad. There we go.
He picks up the spare.
Here comes Nick.
Going for the 2.
Oh, he missed it. Why can't we clear that 10 pin out of the gutter?
Ooh, tough break for Mitch. That is a very hard spare to convert.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Not bothering it?
No. Here comes Vincent Mangino on the right, working off a strike. And he leaves a double wood.
Which, for those of you who don't know what a double wood is one pin right in front of the other. They're not side to side. They're not across from each other. No, they're right.
These are
behind
very
one
tough
another.
to make. You have to hit it right exactly in the center of the pin, or else the ball could bounce off and miss the other one. And he makes it.
Just leave it down. And here comes Dan Turk on the right. Ooh, and just misses the head pin. Mark Ornstein picking up his spare on the right, left. Ah. He's got it. Now let's see if Dan Turk can convert here.
anybody wants to, like a little panda bear charm, little panda bear charm, come to the desk. No, not Logan.
I'm
And,
back. Dan
Ryan-
Turkowitz, joined by Austin Tobia.
Yep. We're switching on and off announcing because some of us got to go up to bowl, so, you know, it's kind of confusing, but overall, here comes Denis going up for the shot. Oh, comes up a little short of the pocket, leaves a tough split. Spare.
Here comes Ryan Prestiano on the right.
Pretty good shot. And he strikes.
Great shot by Ryan Prestiano. Here comes Denis back on the left, going for the spare. And he gutters. Ooh, tough break. Austin Tobia working off a double strike. See what he can do. Good ball. Oh, he got robbed. 7-pin stays standing.
Now, you know there aren't many injuries in bowling, but one of the worst injuries you can get is what I just got right there, which is a bowling ball to the ankle.
Yes, that hurts.
It doesn't seem like much, but after a while the pain lingers on, especially with every step you take.
May not look like it, folks, but bowling is dangerous. Get the ball stuck to your thumb, it could do some damage.
Such as launching yourself down the lane, which
Or
you have
hit-
some experience with.
Yes, I do, unfortunately. Here comes Nick, working for the spare. He has to convert the 2-pin. Nice ball. Ooh,
Ooh,
just short.
shy.
And Victor Brent's 40 strikes.
So far, Victor Branch 40 is out of his 4 frames, has 3 strikes and 1 spare.
He's doing very well.
Vincent Mangino on the left.
As you can see, folks, Vincent is actually the only lefty on the team, which gives him more of an advantage because his lane doesn't break down as fast as right-handers do.
That's right, because every single time that you throw a bowling ball down the lane, it picks up some of the oil that's on the lane, which eventually wears off the lane, which makes it easier to hook, correct?
That is correct, but depending on where you stand, it could mean destruction for you because if you throw it in the part where there's too much friction, your ball could cross over and you could get some pretty ugly splits like I've been getting.
Here we have Mark Ornstein on the right with Dan Turkowitz at the left. Mark Ornstein with the throw, the release. Oh, and just hits the head pin. You can't really hear too much of those.
Dan takes a jersey. And he leaves a pretty tough split on the left side.
Now let's see if Dan can convert.
It looks like it has a chance.
Oh, he's got
and he
it.
makes a excellent shot.
And Mark makes his spare too.
Good shot.
Good shot, Dan. Oh.
Thank you, Dennis. That spare is very tough.
Here comes Ryan on the left side.
Taking a stance, makes the approach.
Coming off a strike.
Ball is down.
Good shot. And that's a strike.
And it's a double. Here comes Dennis Morland on the right-hand side. The ball is off. And he leaves a single pin. Dennis will have to convert. Austin Tobia, folks, is back up on the left. Good shot, but not enough hook. He leaves 3 pins. Denis going for the spare. Left it open. Austin looking for a spare. And he doesn't make it. See, folks, when it comes to spares like that, you have to hit in just the right spot so that it knocks all 3 pins over.
And Nick just got a strike.
Here comes Victor Bransforty working off a strike. Just look how many revs he puts on that ball. And he makes a strike! You see, folks, the more revs you're able to put on the ball, the more crazy a blow it delivers to the pins, which sends them flying everywhere. And with the throw like that, you can expect some unpredictable things from it.
Oh, Mitch just came up short. Vincent Mangino up at the right. Oh, and he just misses one.
He leaves the 10 pin.
Which for righties, like I was saying before, it's very hard to make. But for a lefty, it's just like the 7 pin for the righty.
Yes, it is. There goes Mitch going for the spare. He leaves the pin standing.
And Vincent's
Oh.
just shy also.
Vinny.
And here we have our guest commentators today, Alexa Dalbis.
So now we have Dan Turkowitz stepping up to the line to make his next shot.
And he's just shy of the head pin. Here we have Mark on the left.
Mark, your order is ready. Mark, your order is ready.
Let's see if they make the spares.
Oh, it's just shy.
Dan
Let's see if Mark
Turkowitz
can
getting
convert.
2 out of 3 pins.
Mark's
And Mark
got
pulls
it.
through with the spare.
Ryan Prestiano up on the right, working off a double. Let's see what he can make of this, folks. Taking his stance. The approach. And he makes the turkey.
Denis Morland.
He leaves a head pin with a double wood. It's going to be a tough split to convert. Sintobia taking the approach. He leaves 3 pins up. Back to Denis, going for the spare. He converts. Austin Tobia, back up on the right, going for the spare. And he converts. Nick Denis off the strike. Cannot make it.
Now, if you're all just wondering, Yorktown Green is wearing Yorktown Green is wearing the white jerseys today, and Yorktown White is wearing the black. And Victor with another strike.
That makes a
3
turkey.
in a row. Let's see if Nick can convert. And he's got it.
Victor is well known for his powerful throw, which gives him a lot of strikes. So it should be a very high game for Victor.
And here's Mitch on the right. When he comes so close.
Vinny with the 4 pin. Let's see if he can convert this, folks. This is very difficult for a lefty. Not enough hook, it'll go in the gutter. Too much hook, You could miss the pin.
Here comes Vincent. And he's
Vinny
got it.
converts.
There's a thousand different voice changes,
Mark leaves 2 pins.
and here comes Dan with his shot. Oh, now that is heartbreaking, having it almost tip into the gutter like that. Many bowlers fear this.
But he pulls through, leaving only 3 pins.
And here comes Mark, hopefully converting his spare. Oh, and the ball misses.
Dan getting 2 out of the 3 pins and almost getting another gutter ball. Denis pulls through with the strike.
That is what we call a jersey, when it crosses over to the other side of the boards and he gets it from the opposite side. Here's Ryan working off a turkey. The throw. Oh, 1 pin standing.
So close to having the 4th strike.
Very close.
Nick Denis pulls through with the strike.
Right. Nick with the 9 spare and adding a strike. Ryan going for the 2 pin.
And he makes it.
With a strike and the 9 spare, that brings Ryan up to a 113.
Here comes Austin Tobia leading off with a spare. And he's got it.
All right, that's a great shot.
See Vincent Mangino.
Vinny leaves the spare.
Coming up on the left is Victor Brancher 40, who right now is leading off with a turkey. So let's see if he can convert and get the bagger here.
The delivery.
Oh.
Ooh. Leaves the 4 pin standing. Mangino converts it.
Oh. Victor almost threw it in the gutter. Here comes Dan Turkwitz on the right. Oh, and he comes short. Mitch Cohen on the right, left. And Mitch can't come up with it. See, he was just a little bit shy off. Oh, hey, Alexa, you're back.
I am.
All right,
Oh, hi.
let's keep this game rolling.
What happened while I was gone?
A lot of strikes. Dan
That's
Turk,
always a positive.
hopefully converting here. Oh, and just misses. Mitch misses too.
Ryan Prestiano hopefully will get another strike.
Ryan Prestiano with the delivery.
So close.
All right. Mark Ornstein up on the left. The delivery. Oh, almost a strike.
He also leaves 2 pins.
Ryan Persiano blocking our vision, but he misses 1 pin.
Next up, Austin Tobia. Hopefully he'll get another strike.
And keep this streak rolling.
With the approach.
And he gets another strike.
That's a double strike. And Mark makes the spare. Here comes Victor, coming off a 9 spare. And he strikes. Great shot. Here comes Denis Morland. Oh, so close with the 7 pin. Mitch Cohen. A jersey and leaves the 3 pin. Not enough to make the ball cross over. Denis has an open frame. See, can Mitch make it? Oh, off by inches. Nick with the 3 pin left as well. Let's see if Nick can convert.
And Mark with a strike.
Mark working off the 9 spare makes the strike. Here goes Nick. Good ball. And he makes it.
Just barely, but he does. Very excellent shot.
Back to what I was telling you about oil patterns. You have to hit it right in the nice spot, or else the ball doesn't get enough friction and you can lose the spare.
Oil patterns cause many problems for even professionals.
Here goes Vinny. Ooh, it's a difficult split. He has to hit it in just the right area for all the pins to get knocked down.
And Denis with the spare.
Let's see if Vinny can make this, folks. Oh, the 10 pin is left open.
Dan Turkowitz up on the left. Here comes Dan Turkowitz on the left, hopefully making it spare. But when he misses
So
that-
close.
Victor Mangino up on the right. Delivery. Oh, and the pin stands back up. Ryan Prestiano on the left. And he's got the strike. Vincent Mangino with the convert. And here comes Austin. And Austin just misses. Vincent Mangino up on the left. Ooh. And a strike.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Vincent Mangino.
Finishing off with the 156.
Austin Tobia made the spare. Dan Turkowitz on the right. Oh, and so close. Now we have Victor Brentaforti, who is leading off with a strike. The release and the hook. And he's got a strike.
A very lucky one at that.
You don't see many of those today. And here comes Mitch on the left. Oh, so close. Dan Turkowitz is hopefully going to get a strike here. Oh, and he just hits the head pin. Here comes Mitch, hopefully getting a spare.
And he makes it. Oh, wait, listen. Here we have Bill Tovar, who is coach of these two magnificent teams. Do you have anything to say about these boys? Apparently not.
And here we have Mitch, who just got a strike.
You know I'm kidding because I never can get serious. That's my problem. Now we're doing very well as a team. Both teams are doing very well. The white team is doing very well. The green team is doing very well. And when Mark is here, we have a much better chance. He's not doing too bad at all. Just got a double.
And we have Ryan Prestiano hopefully making his spare. He's got it. Here's Mark, hopefully going for a turkey. Oh, and he's just coming short. All right, and here we have Dan back.
Yes, I'm back, folks. Crazy game. After being sick recently, I got to get back into the swing of things. So let's see how game 2 goes. Ooh, tough split for Ryan. And Mark made the split. So he ends up with a 177. Congratulations to Mark.
Good game, Mark. All right, well, I'm going to go up and try to salvage the rest of this game that I can.
That sounds great to me. Austin Tobio working off a 7 spare. Ooh, leaves the 5 pin. Down this morning and chopped the head pin. It's very lucky. Those are very bad because those give you splits. Trust me, folks, you do not want to have splits. They're not only are they hard to convert, they can be very annoying. And Austin makes the spare. Here goes Denis. And he makes it as well. Here I'm joined by Ryan Prestiano.
Hey, Dan. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you with us, Ryan. Great game of a 178 you had.
Yeah, it was. Better than yesterday, so I feel a little good about myself right now.
All right, that's what we like to hear. Austin makes the strike, which gives him a 201 game. Congrats, Austin. Goes Victor, and he gets another strike. That's another turkey, folks. With a 197 in the 10th frame and still 2 more balls to go, Victor automatically has a 200 game. Let's see how high he can go. Good stride. Oh, leaves the 10 pin. And Nick makes the strike. Right now, Victor has a 226 with a 9. If he can make this, folks, he will have a 246 game. Ooh!
And he just comes short.
Very close. Congratulations to Victor, though, with a 245. Let's see if Nick can make this, folks.
And this here will be the last ball of the game.
This is a 3-6-10 spare.
Let's see if he can convert. Good, and he's got it. All right, folks, that's the end. That's the end of game 1. That's the end of game 1. Mitch finished with a 115. Mark with a 177. Denis Morland with a 155. Nick Denis with a 152. Vincent Mangino with a 156. Dan Turgwitz with a 107. Ryan Prestiano with a 178. Austin Tobia with a 201. And Victor Branciforti with 245.
Great games for everyone.
And here we are at the start of game 2.
It is great to be back, folks. Here we have Mitch Cohen with the first ball. Working off a 115 game last. Let's see how he does. Leaves 4 pins standing. And back up on the right, we have Vincent Mangino. He leaves a single pin up. The 8 pin, to be exact. And Mitch with the spare.
Spare. You see, why did they have to make spare and strike?
Well, you see, Denis, strike is when you get all the pins down in a single throw.
No, I understand. Just 2 words similar to each other.
Yes, I know. It can be confusing at times.
Confused. Here comes Mark. Oh, and Mark just misses the head. Oh. All right, and here we have our special guest today, Vincent Mangino, who in his last game scored a
156.
Now you see, he's our only lefty bowler on this team.
All right, now here goes Dan Turkowitz.
Oh, and I guess
not necessarily did he hit his mark. Ball drifted a little bit to the left. Dan Turkowitz going for his spare.
And Dennis Morland on the left. Denis leaving 3.
And now Ryan Prestiano on the right. And he does well, gets a strike. Denis, a little short, misses the spare. And now Austin Tobia on the right.
And Nick Denis on the left. Austin with 9 pins.
And Nick with 7. Austin Tobia going for the spare. Good release out of his hand.
And he makes it.
Well, Vinny, it seems like she's beating you to every punch, isn't it?
Oh, you better watch out, Vinny.
Nick Denis makes the spare as well.
Great shot. Victor Branciforti working off a great game last. The ball
And he
a
starts
strike.
the new game with the strike.
Beat me to it, Alexa.
Don't I always?
Victor had a 245 last game. Let's see if he can pull another 200 game. Goes Vincent Mangino.
And
Ooh.
Vincent leaves 2 pins.
That is a difficult split. You have to hit it right in between both pins so that it knocks
Mitchell
both of
gets
them
a
down.
strike.
Vincent Mangino attempting the split. Ooh. Only can make one.
Austin, what are your thoughts on the team this year?
No, I think we got a pretty good shot at sectionals. And right now, our green team is closer to first than our white team. But, I still think that we could definitely place top 3 in our league.
What have been your personal goals for this season?
Well, like last year, I came really close to 300. So, obviously that's always a goal. But, it happens when it happens, and hopefully it will one day.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Alexa.
You're
Have a good day.
welcome. Dan Turkowitz leaves 4. Let's see if he can get the spare.
Dan Turk with the throw. Oh, and he hits it at the right spot.
And this is Dan Turkowitz back, folks. Man, that was a close one. Goes Dennis Morland. Ooh, 10 pin left. Back to Prestiano on the left. Two pins standing. Just not enough hook to plow through the pocket. See, folks, adding a hook onto a ball helps you out a lot because as it plows through, it takes out a lot more pins. And also, the more revs you put on, the more likely it is to not recoil. And I'm back with Alexa Dalvis.
And Ryan makes the spare. Another great shot by Ryan Prestiano.
Ooh, and a jersey for Nick Denis, working off the 7 spare. Ooh, the dreaded 5-7 split for Austin. See, folks, to make this one, you have to hit it just enough to the right of the 5-pin so that it kicks over. This is a very difficult split to do. Ooh. Close for Austin. Just not enough revs to hook over.
Let's see if Victor can follow up his previous strike with another.
And Vinny cannot convert.
Ooh, tough split.
Now with this split here, this split is almost impossible to make. You must hit it to the very left of the 8-pin so that it can fly over and hit the 10. Ooh,
Dan
and
Turkowitz with the dreaded gutter ball.
And Victor hits right in between the pins. All right, here comes Mitch Cohen, the leadoff for the green-white team. And his throw. He has to move over to the right a little bit more. And as you can see in the shot, our coach, Bill Tovar, who is here to help and support our team. Without him, bowling could not be possible.
He's a very, very talented coach and has greatly improved every single player he's ever had in the past. He's looking at 2 very strong teams this year, including the girls' team.
Which I'm guessing you're on, Alexa, correct?
Yes, I am on the girls' team.
All right.
This is the strongest year we've had in quite some time, and I'm very pleased with the girls. I look forward to being with them in sectionals and hopefully making it past
Ryan
that point.
Marciano with the strike. Here goes Mark Ornstein. Just is shy of the pocket. And here's Dan Turkowitz.
Here's Turk. Austin Tobia. And a strike.
Mark makes the spare.
Once again, Alexa beat me to it.
Sorry, Dan.
It's all right. Here comes Victor up on the right. And he leaves a single pin standing. Denis with a strike. Victor converting. See if he can do it. And he does. Nick Denis. And a strike. And Mitch answers back with a strike as well.
Now we have Vincent Mangino on the left side, coming off of an open frame. Here's the throw. And he's got the strike.
Crazy strike, but it works.
Here comes Dan Turkowitz. Ooh, and the ball doesn't hook enough. Mark Ornstein. Oh, and he's so close to converting that. time up.
Good luck.
All right.
Denis will hopefully make another strike. And he does.
And Nick Denis with his third strike. So he has a turkey. Gobble, gobble. Here comes Ryan Prestiano, hopefully picking up his spare. Looks to the outside, into the in, and he gets it.
Makes it.
Yeah. Pretty much. Austin Tobia up on the left, and Vincent Mangino up on the right when he decides to stand up. Here comes Austin.
Beautiful strike.
That ball flew across the lane so perfectly and just came in, and it destroyed everything in its path. There comes Vincent. Good throw. Forward just leaves 2 pins.
And Victor gets a strike.
Mangino hopefully converting. Oh, and it just falls short into the gutter. And here goes Mitch. And he gets a strike.
And Dan Turkowitz is on the right. And he leaves 3. And Mark
Almost picking up that strike. Here comes Dan Turkowitz, hopefully converting his first spare.
and he makes the spare.
Now hopefully Mark here. Oh, his footing was just off.
And Ryan Prestiano on the right. And he leaves the 10 pin. Denis Morland on the left. And he leaves the 7 pin. And Ryan going now for his spare. And he makes it. Denis now for the spare. He gets it as well.
Oh, hey, Vincent.
Austin Tobia on the right.
Ooh,
Misses the pocket
so
to the
close.
left. And Nick to the left with the strike.
That's 4 in a row.
a great way to start a game. Here comes Austin Tobia.
Carry balls to the girls from Lakeland. We have Jasmine, I can't read it. Jasmine Berry, 187. Christina Stoll from Panis.
Victor Branch at 40
187.
on the right.
Also from Panis, Danielle Ceruzzi, 211.
And Victor picks up the strike yet again. That's 2 strikes in a row for him.
Lakeland, Logan Colsey with a 238. Also from Lakeland, Anthony
Vincent
Carmona
Mangino.
with a 210.
Pick up the spare.
From Peaksville, Brett Travis with a 221.
Let's see if Mitchell can make his
From
third
Hunt,
strike in a
Frank
row.
Neely with a 204. From Panis, Frank Dorino with a 255. From
And here goes
Hunt,
Mitch.
David Connell with a 225. And also from Peekskill, Adam Rivera with a 200.
Dan Turkowitz. And he gets a strike.
First strike of the game. Hopefully he can keep it up.
Congratulations, Dan. Your first strike of the game. Of the day. My correction. Mitch Cohen. So close. Now we have Ryan Prestiano up on the left. Good ball.
Leaving
didn't break into
one.
the pocket quick enough. Mark Hortstein. Here goes Ryan Prestiano up on the left. Hopefully he can convert the spare. And Mark Horsey up on the right. Let's see if he can convert. Oh, and he just misses.
And Austin Toby on the left just made the strike. And now Denis Morland on the right. Ooh, leaves the notorious 7-10 split. Victor, Brent 40 on the left. Ooh. Hits the pocket a little too hard. Leaves 3 pins. Denis Morland trying to get this 7-10 split. And he gets 1 pin. Better than nothing. And Victor on the left makes the spare.
And, Mitchell's here stepping up to the alley. His comes up first, but he seems to be letting Nick Denis go. And Nick's coming up for his shot. It's a pretty good shot. And it sucks.
And Mitch on the left. Hits the pocket a little high. Leaves 2 pins on the left. Mitch on the left, going for the spare. And he nails it. Now Nick on the right, also going for the spare, which happens to be a split. And he misses it. In order to get that split, you gotta hit right in between the pins, or on the far left side, shooting the closer pin to the right and knocking down the 10 pin.
Dan Turkowitz standing in for Vincent Mangino as he goes up to bowl. Also have Mark Ornstein on the left lane. leaves the 7 pin. Mark on the left, and he strikes. Goes Vinny. Line up for the shot. And he converts. That's Morland. He leaves 3 pin. Let's see if you can make the spare. Ball's off. Oh, hooked around.
You can have 3. I'm not that hungry.
Save me a bite.
Nick Denis up on the left. Good release. Oh, just misses it. Now we have Dan Turkowitz up on the right. Let's see if he can pull off another strike like he did last frame. Oh, and he just misses. Here comes Nick Denis. 10 pin, very hard for a ready bowler, and he gets it. Good job, Nick. Now here's Dan Turkowitz up on the right.
I'm doing better. Yeah, Facebook, and I can do chat.
Oh, it's so close. Vincent Mangino up on the left and Ryan Persiano up on the right. Vincent Mangino is going first. And Vincent Mangino with the strike. Here's Ryan Persiano. Oh, with a 9.
Fucking love these. What's your sheet on it?
Turkowitz up on the left. And a strike for Dan. Now let's see if Ryan Persiano can convert this 10 pin. Ball looks good. Oh, and just gets in the gutter at the last second. Now Ryan Persiano up on the left, and then Austin Tobia up on the right. Austin Tobia is working off of a strike right now. Austin Tobia with the release. Just comes shy of the head pin. Ryan Persiano. The hook. Oh, so close. Austin Tobia, the throw, and he converts.
I'm actually going to do that.
Ryan Persiano hopefully picking up this spare. And he gets it. Now Austin Tobia up on the left and Victor Branciforti up on the right. Victor with another strike. Victor now is a 113 in a 6th frame. Austin Tobia with a strike. Mitch Cohen coming up on the right. And he gets a strike. Victor Branciforti now coming up on the left with Mark Ornstein on the right. Victor Branciforti with the throw. And he gets another strike. So now he's a double strike. Mark Ornstein working off of a strike. And he just misses it. Mitch Cohen now coming up on the left with a strike in his last frame. Miss with the throw. And a strike. Mark Ornstein hopefully picking up his spare. Looks good, and he misses it. Very close though.
This is Ryan Lowndes, former varsity captain speaking. Here we have Denis Morland up at bowl. Looking good. Tough luck. Up. I stand corrected, folks. The pin fell, and now he's left with a much easier shot. Let's see what he does with it. Good form. Away it goes. I'm sure he'll make it next time. Still has a good game going for him. Stay tuned. I have no idea who this is. He's after my time. Although he does have a very good game going. Good form. Hits the spot. Beautiful strike. Put another one up on the board. See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, Yorktown is just bashing it up. And here we are again with Denis Morland.
Thank you, Ryan. Nick Denis on the left. A late release, but he still gets the strike. Mr. Mangino with the strike. It's like a strike frenzy right now.
I'll major in Spanish. That's sportscasting.
Dan Turgos up on the right with Vincent Mangino up on the left. Dan Turgos with the throw. Oh, just misses the pocket. Vincent Mangino with the throw. Oh, that really stinks. Now Dan Turgos is analyzing his shot. He's hoping to hit a 3-pin right on the right side of it so we can roll and they can hit all the other pins. Mr. Mangino will go first. This is the hardest pin for a lefty to get. Oh, and he just misses it. Dan Turgos, after analyzing his shot, he makes it. What a throw. Now Dan Turgos will be up on the right, followed by Ryan Persiano up on the right, followed by Dan Turgos on the left. Dan Turgos will make the first shot. Comes close. You see Ryan Persiano with the strike. Then Turgos up on the left, hoping to make this spare. And Dan Turgos comes up with it. Austin Toby up on the right. Oh, it's so close to the strike. Dan Turgos hoping to, this is his last ball, he's hoping to make something big. And he does with a 9. Now let's see if Austin Toby can pick up this pin. Oh, and he's so close. Ryan Persiano up on the left. Ryan Persiano with the strike. Oh, and Branson 40 just misses it.
Overturn 19. Overturn 19.
Ryan Persiano up on the left. And he comes away with a strike. Right now, Ryan Persiano is a turkey. 4 more pins, and he can break a 200. Mitch Cohen with his 3rd strike in a row.
That's a back-to-back turkey. Ryan with his last ball for this game.
Lisa, your order is ready. Lisa, your order is ready.
The throw. And a strike. Ryan Prestiano with a 2:06 game. What do you know? Mitch gets a strike too. That's 4 in a row. That's a bagger for Mitch. Austin Tobia with the approach. And a strike. Mitch Cohen, last throw of the game. Seven. And Mitch shoots out with a 198. Good job, Mitch. Austin with a 7 as well. And Mark with a strike. Austin converts. Austin Tobia with a 182 game. What do you know? Mark Ornstein with another strike. Victor Branson 40 up on the left. And a strike as well. This is Mitch's last throw for the game coming up. Ball is off. He leaves 8. Mark Ornstein with a 146. And Victor strikes again. That's 2 in a row. Victor Branson 40. Last throw of the game. Ooh. 9. Victor Branson 40 with a 199. Good game, Victor. Denis Morland with a strike. He had 1 strike in the previous frame, so now he is working off a double strike. And a 9. Denis Morland has left the 4-pin up. Denis Morland, the shot. just enough to make the spare. 172 game for Denis Morland. Last up for Yorktown White, Nick Denis. Working off a double strike going into the 10th frame. The ball is off. Ooh, that's a tough split. That is the 8-10 split. This is very difficult. The only way he'd be able to make this, folks, if he were somehow able to kick the ball over enough past the 8-pin that the pin would be able to either kick back against the back or slide over. This is a very difficult shot. Ball's off. He hits the 8-pin. Nick Denis with a 2-12. Great game, Nick. And that concludes the second game of Yorktown and Yorktown.
Vincent Mangino finishing off with a 158. Dan Turquist with a 133. Ryan Persiano with a 206. Austin Tobia with a 182. Victor Branchiforti with a 199. Mitch Cohen with a 198. Mark Ornstein with a 146. Denis Morland finishing off with a 172. And Nick Denis with a 212. Good game by all. We're concluding this one. And here we are starting game 3 with Vincent Mangino going first. With his first ball, just misses the headpin. Here we have Mitch Cohen leading off. A release. And he leaves the 5-pin standing. Vincent Mangino, will he make it? He's got it.
I'm up to both.
Is this on? Oh, it's been on, folks. I'm very embarrassed. This is Ryan Lowndes, former varsity captain. I've stolen the microphone again. What a beautiful shot by Mark. Yeah, you do the camera work, boy. All right. We have Dan Turkowitz up to bowl here, trying to make his spare. Looking good, and he's got it. Very, very nice. Morland's up. Morland releases. A little bit early on that. On the left, we have Prestiano. Ready to throw his first frame of game 3. Looks like a fair shot. Beautiful strike. Love the pinfall on that. It's all right. There's still plenty of frames to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about how you start. It's how you finish. Good throw on the left lane. Beautiful. Going for a very far out approach. The ball must have some hook on it, otherwise he wouldn't throw it out that far. For you non-bowlers in the audience. Vic with his characteristic form. Very uncharacteristic miss. And a spare on the right side.
Pose from
I've just been asked for
Cristiano with a 206.
Ryan Prestiano with a 206 has just been announced. I hear some boos, but I don't think they're serious, ladies and gentlemen. Vic doing what he can with that ugly split. My cameraman has just stopped working because he is about to go. Vincent Mangino. Lovely Jersey side strike. Vint with his southpaw roll.
So close.
I hope he has some insurance because he just got robbed, ladies and gentlemen, robbed.
Mark
Lovely
with a
throw
strike.
on the left-hand side.
Really?
Mangino for the spare. Looking good, and he makes it. Beautiful throw. Dan Turkowitz up for frame 2 of his game. Let's see what he does with it. It looked good. Can't understand what went wrong there. Dan Turkowitz working on the spare, left with the 10 pin, the most hated of all pins for right-handers. And it looks like he put him in his place. Comes out with the spare. Gonna hand over commentary to Mr. Dan Turkowitz.
Why, thank you, Ryan. It's great to be back. Here comes Ryan Prestiano.
And he
And
gets
another
another
strike.
strike. Oh, hey, Dan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alexa. Denis Morland leaves 3 pins standing. Will need to convert. Austin Tobia, the ball. Ooh, hit the head pin, but luckily did not get a split. Ooh. Denis Morland not able to make the spare.
Not for your luck. Gotta keep this stuff.
Austin Tobia, going for the spare. Oh, just missed. Denis going off a 9 spare. And he leaves the 9 pin. Victor Branciforti up on the right lane. Beautiful shot. That's a strike.
Here comes Nick Denis, hopefully getting the 1 pin he needs to get a spare. And he's got it. Now Mitch,
Great pickup by
now Mitch
Mitch
Cohen, the lead off for the Yorktown White.
Ooh, leaves the 10 pin. Vincent Mangino coming up on the left lane for Yorktown Green. Vinny is currently working off a 9 spare. His ball is off, and he makes it. Great shot for Mitch Cohen.
Now let's see if Vincent.
Ooh.
3 pins left up. Let's see if Vinny can make this, folks. We have Mark Ornstein coming up. And he gets a turkey. Great way to start off the 3rd game. Vinny picks up the 3 spare.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
Balls, extra 50-50 ticket.
Guest commentator Ryan Lowndes. Morland on the right side lane with his third frame. Same for Mr. Dan Turkowitz on the left side.
7-4-0.
See what they do.
5-3-4, 7-4-0.
Little late on the curve for that one. It's an ugly double split, but it is definitely makeable. See what he does with it. Morland with his throw. Hit that one a little early with a much uglier split on the right-hand side. It happens to the best of us, ladies and gentlemen. Morland gunning for the split. It looks like a nice shot. Oh my goodness. They don't get much closer than that, ladies and gentlemen. Still a beautiful try, a beautiful shot. Prestiano on the left side. Nice shot, just a tad off. Oh, wow. We got two microphones here. I didn't even realize.
Yes, Ryan, co-commentators right here.
Very nice. I sure wish we had a better booth, Dan. Oh, lovely shot. And, of course, he knocks that 7-pin right where it belongs.
That's a good way to start off the third game. 2 strikes and then a spare.
That is a wonderful way to start off the game.
Back up on the right, we have Vincent Mangino.
With the throw. And that southpaw strike. Beautiful sight.
Very nice sight.
And Austin just picked up a strike. Now let's see if Victor Branciforti can do the same.
Yorktown is throwing one heck of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Branciforti. Nice shot, but just a tad late on that hook. I'm sure he'll make the proper adjustments. Very nice strike on the right-hand side. Imagine if this thing was off the whole time. How how mad would I be? Very mad, that is the answer.
Victor Branciforti.
You know, I don't care what people say. Talking to yourself is healthy. Beautiful spare by Branciforti.
Mitch Cohen up on the left. And Ryan
Nobody on the
Marciano
right.
On the right.
Looking forward to what
Whatever
happens on
he
the right.
is.
Guest bowler? I don't think so. It will be a Ryan Prestiano. Here he comes. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. We'll edit that out, right? Yeah, we'll edit that out. Looks good, but you know what? It could have been worse. Nice spare made on the left-hand side. Prestiano working for his spare. That 8-pin. And she is gone.
Mark Ornstein.
Oh, little off on that throw, but you know what? Worked out pretty nicely. Nice throw on the right-hand side. Turning commentary back over to...
And it's great to be back, Ryan. Must say, folks, this is a great game.
Is this permanently on? Yes. Okay.
And we have Ryan back, folks.
And it is wonderful to be back. In fact, it feels as though I've never left.
That is great to hear, because we would certainly miss you.
Oh, well, thank you, Dan.
Anytime, Ryan. Victor with the strike.
Victor with a very lovely strike. Very
Comes
characteristic.
Ooh!
Oh.
Leaves the 10 pin.
I gotta tell you, I thought he had that one, Dan.
Yes, he did. But like what we say, call the cops. You've been robbed. Here comes Mitch again, working off a 9 spare.
Oh, he hit that one right on the nose.
Tough split. He has to hit it right in between.
Oh.
Denis just falls shy.
Happens
of the
sometimes,
10.
ladies and gentlemen. If the lane is a little bit too oily, the ball will just slip right off that edge instead of clinging to it like it should.
Yes, it will.
Oh, my goodness. It's as good as try as any.
Yes, it is, Ryan. Like I said earlier before, the lanes, depending on their situation, can either make you or break you.
Yep.
All depends on the friction pattern. Mark leaves 3 pins up, and Nick with the 4 pin.
I'm kidding. Up, going for the split, left-hand side. It happens. It happens.
See, back to the oil. There's so much oil in the middle of the lane that just doesn't have enough time to hook over.
It's like throwing a greased pig down the wood.
Yes, it is. It's going to be impossible to catch, too.
I can't believe I just said that. Again with that southpaw slammer, Mangino.
That's what happens with him as a lefty. The lanes don't break down as quickly, so he has all the time in the world to stay in one spot.
Care for a few words? No, he does not care for a few words. Speak, spooka. You spook. Nice shot on the right-hand side.
And
Beautiful.
Denis with the spare.
Beautiful spare.
It was, wasn't it, Ryan?
Eh. You guys got it right on my Facebook wall after you listen to this. Oh, that's right, folks. He's got it right on my Facebook wall. Left with an ugly split on the right-hand side, but it's definitely makeable. See what he does with it.
And Dan makes the spare.
Beautiful spare. Beautiful spare. If you hadn't noticed, folks, these lanes have been refurbished. They used to be awful, old, and very hard to bowl on. We did not like them. Now they look very nice. He did what he could with it. Cristiano. Going for the direct attack approach. Hit it right on the head. As you know, folks, you want to hit that pocket right in between pins 1 and 2, or in the case of southpaw Mangino, 1 and... I stand corrected, folks. 1 and 3 if you're a right-hander, 1 and 2 if you're a southpaw. Just like that. Look at that throw. Oh.
Ooh.
Yep, they throw it in your face sometimes, guys. Lovely throw on the left-hand side, but not a lovely outcome. Better than most, though. Sometimes you just can't avoid those splits on the best of days. I have 2 microphones now. Throw on the left-hand side, looks good, and he makes the spare. I will no longer hold 2 microphones to myself. It's selfish.
Dan Turkowitz hopefully going to convert this.
Turkowitz working on his split. Gunning for those pins on the right-hand side.
It's better to get 2 pins than 1.
Of course. It's better to get 1 pin than 0.
And it's better to knock them all down than going in the gutter.
It's better to live than to die.
True words. And Ryan Prestiano coming up on the right side.
Rents a 40, gunning for those same 2 pins that Turkowitz just took out. And he makes the spare.
What a throw.
This is looking like a good series for both Yorktown teams.
Ryan Prestiano just missed the pocket on that one.
Sports, I could do something with sports. You know, commentating.
General manager of a baseball team.
General manager, maybe, for a baseball team. Nothing too big.
Maybe I could be a sports commentator. You know, I make those interesting comments during the game. Yeah. But, you know, they
And here comes Ryan Prestiano.
Ex-ball players or people in show Yes.
And I turn the
Oh, and he just
microphone
misses it.
back over to Mr. Turkowitz.
Cohen
One moment.
picks up the spare.
He's in a meeting.
Dan Turkowitz back for Ryan.
Austin Tobia with his strike.
Actually, folks, if we haven't mentioned it earlier, Ryan used to bowl for Yorktown Bowling. He graduated last year, and he came back. I stand corrected, 2 years ago. My mistake, Ryan. Once again, it's great to have him back. It's always great to have old bowlers come back to watch the new ones.
Yeah, they leave such a legacy behind that it's kind of hard.
Yes, they do.
To
Me
follow
and
up
Dennis
on
over
it.
here have actually had a pleasure of bowling with them ourselves. And I must say, it is great to have them back and see some old friends.
That is right.
Mark picks up his spare, which gives him a 6 spare.
Which means that I gotta go up.
Yes, it does, Dennis. Victor going for the spare, and he makes it. Comes Dennis, working off a 8 spare. Oh, in the gutter. Tough break for Denis. Like I said before, folks, the oil patterns are very tricky, especially around the 3rd game, where they're broken down more towards the middle.
245.
Mitch Cohen on the right.
Mealy with 245.
8. And Dennis makes the spare. Coming back with the spare, that'll definitely help his score.
Here goes Mitch Cohen. Oh, and just misses that spare. And Nick almost makes that strike.
Yes, Dennis, but you have to be careful, especially with the oil patterns now. It tends to be more dry, further to the right. So there's a more chance the ball will cross over and you'll get a jersey.
No, this isn't baseball. The Yankees are the worst team in the major leagues.
Comes Mark. And a strike. Mark Ornstein working off a 6 spare, now makes a strike. Oh, tough break for Nick Denis. Just not able to put it right enough to make that spare.
Here's Ryan. Reporting back,
Welcome back,
folks.
Ryan. It's
Thank
great to have you back.
It's great to be back.
I missed you.
I missed everything here, except for the lanes, of course.
Yes, as you may have not heard, folks, these are brand new lanes that they put in this year.
Yes, I heard that rumor, but I didn't believe it till I saw it.
The original lanes were original wood. Now this is synthetic wood, which means that they won't have to maintenance as often.
The ball also moves a lot better on synthetic wood.
Yes, it does. It tends to have a bit more traction. Dennis gets the spare. Vince Mangino attempting the split. Oh!
My goodness.
Just behind.
That was ridiculous, folks. I gotta say. If shoulda, woulda, coulda counted, that woulda counted. Denis up on the right side, or Denis, not quite sure. Never seen this kid in my life.
Attention bowlers.
9.
Right. That's a
And for
9.
Joe Pilato, who's celebrating his birthday today.
Turkowitz on the right
Coaches,
side.
man, happy birthday, Joe.
A little too close to the middle on that throw.
He doesn't look bad for 55, I tell you.
Ignore that, folks. The real counter, the real sportscaster is right here. Sports! Oh! Sorry
Here
about
comes
that.
Nick Denis. And he gets the pin.
Turkowitz
Now Dan Turkowitz.
with the throw. Looks much better this time. Oh,
hooks
hooked a
just
little too soon.
Little too soon.
This microphone's shiny. I like it.
Vincent Mangino coming up on the right.
Vinny Mangino coming up on the right.
And Ryan Marciano with the ball.
He just threw me the dirtiest look, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I didn't offend him.
Let's see if he can make this strike.
Some things are just not meant for the camera.
Here comes the southpaw. Yo, Adrian! I did it!
He's got it!
And he makes the strike.
Now Ryan Marciano hoping to make this spare.
Cristiano with the spare. It's not a dash, that's not a comma, it's not even a semicolon, it is a slash, ladies and gentlemen.
Dan Turkowitz.
Oh, I hate it when they tease you like that.
Austin Tobia. With
Great
the
throw
strike.
with great results. Gosh, I love bowling. Remember when I was a young lad, my dad would take me to the first bowling alley.
Yeah.
In Penview, Arkansas, 1872. Gotta tell you, things were different back then. We bowled with rocks. Beautiful throw by Vic. Didn't quite make it though.
Ryan Marciano on the right side. Oh, and he leaves a drastic split.
Ugly split on the right side. Branson 40 with the spare. Of course he made it.
Cheese ball, cheese ball.
Ryan Marciano.
Oh. Still, it's always better than a dash.
That's right. Now we have Mitch Cohen coming up on the left side. With the throw.
Great throw. Slid right into that pocket.
And let's see if Austin Tobia can
Like
also
an old lady on ice.
get a strike. We're in a bowling alley. Come on. Austin with the strike.
Beautiful throw by Austin Tobin.
And Mark comes close.
Branson 40 off for his 8th frame. Looks good. Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Dan Turkowitz in for Denis Morland as he bowls.
2 minutes. Meeting lounge in 2 minutes.
Victor going for the 7. He makes it.
Beautiful spare.
Yes,
Beautiful.
indeed. You can see how many revs he puts on that
The
ball.
legend continues to impress.
Indeed.
Here goes Denis.
Hit that one right on the nose. Want it to cut a little later next time.
Yes. You gotta be careful not to chop the head pin, because that's when you're most likely to get a split.
Indeed. Pin number 1. It's the tricker.
Not getting split is half the battle.
This is true. Oh, if it stays. Oh,
He makes it. Makes it by a hair.
By a nudge.
I actually have to go with yours. A nudge is a lot better than a hair.
Indeed.
Take it from him, folks. He's been bowling a lot longer than I have.
You'd be surprised.
Here goes Nick.
Oh.
Ooh, tough split. Mark chops the 10 pin.
It's all right. Again, 1 is always better than a dash.
Yes, it is.
A little too much on that one. Oh. Beautiful spare.
He's able to convert it.
That's what you call a bounce back, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a great bounce back.
Joe Davola here. Just kidding, people.
Here goes Vincent Mangino.
Mangino with the southpaw attack.
Oh, tough split.
That's the second worst split there is.
Compared to the 7-10. This is the field goal post. Oh, and Denis.
Sure do like football, Dan.
Yes, I enjoy football as well. Football. Dennis Morland with almost the
Average
exact
Joe's
same.
facing Team Blitzkrieg today.
Here goes Vincent Mangino.
Mangino with the throw, and he'll settle for 1. 1 better than none.
Yes, it is.
We're bowling pretty well, but it's 170.
Yep, 170 in the 9th. That is nothing to laugh at, folks. It was a very nice game.
Yes, it is, folks.
All right, I'm left alone in the booth. There's a man here who absolutely refuses to give up the second microphone. May have to call security in a few moments.
Thank you, James.
Oh my God, that was a perfect throw. As was that, double strikes on both sides, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful display of power, skill, and accuracy. We got Mangino, Prestiano.
Prestiano up first.
He is gunning for that pocket. Beautiful. Love it. Mangino also. That is 4 strikes in a row for Yorktown, ladies and gentlemen.
Folks. That is a sight to see.
Lovely.
Austin Tobia coming up on the left, working off a turkey.
And that turkey will continue on to a 4-bagger.
All right. That is a great shot, folks. It's Mangino. And he answers back.
That is 6 strikes for Yorktown, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful.
Vinny with a 170 going into the 10th frame, working off 2 strikes.
Indeed. He is in line to break 200 this game. I suspect he will.
Let's see if he can accomplish this. The ball is off.
Wonderful.
He does it. Do you believe in miracles, Ryan?
No, but I do believe in Mangino.
Victor with the 9th strike in a row. Well, all right, he didn't get the 9th strike, but Yorktown bowled 9 strikes in a row, total as a team. Vincent Mangino with 3 of those, finishing off with a 200. Mitch Cohen on the left side.
Cohen with the throw, misses it by a hair. Turkowitz on the right-hand side for his final frame. Looks like a good throw. Slips right into that pocket, but does not get the strike. There's a rebellious pin back there, which I'm sure he will make short work of.
Mitch with his
On the
last
left.
throw. And he knocks down 2.
He took... Like I said, folks, he assassinated that pin.
Just explosive power when Mark throws the ball.
Turkowitz for his final roll of his final frame.
In his final game. And he gets a strike.
And he gets it from the Joyzy side, folks, the Joyzy side.
Here comes Mark, hopefully picking up the spare, and he gets it.
Beautiful spare on the left-hand side. Mark going into his final roll of his final frame.
Working
of the final game.
The 158 with an 8 spare. This could be a good bowl.
This could be a 170 game.
Yes, it can. See how he does. Ball is off.
And it's good.
Strike. Great game for Mark Ornstein with a 178.
Beautiful game.
Yes, it is, Ryan.
Cristiano with another Joyzy.
Woohoo! We're going to Joyzy.
That is not a T. That is not a U. That is not a Q. That is an X.
Ryan Prestiano now working off a double strike.
Off a double strike.
Here comes Denis Morland.
Looking for that turkey. I believe I hear gobbles in the distance.
Me too.
But perhaps that's the brain damage. We'll see.
And it's not Thanksgiving yet, Ryan.
I did hear gobbles, ladies and gentlemen. Turkey.
Denis Morland going for the spare.
And
he makes it.
He's got it. With a 161 in the 9th frame and working off a turkey, Cristiano is also gunning for a 180-plus game. Looking good. It's better than most.
Ryan Prestiano, a 189 game.
189.
Denis Morland with the hook.
That is one less than 190, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. I say, Ryan, you're quite the mathematician over here.
No, I'm not.
Austin Tobia working off 4 in a row.
4 in a row. That's a hell of a boost to go into the 10th frame with.
Yes, it is. Just not enough to get the ham bone.
Still has a chance to make this spare, and he is working on a I'm going to say around a 215, 220 game.
Yes, he is, Ryan. Yes, he is.
Austin with the throw.
The ball is off. And he makes it.
205 in the 9th. I take it back. He might be breaking 220.
Yes, he will, Ryan.
Perhaps going well beyond.
This next shot is very crucial.
It's the last throw, although he already has a great game in his hands.
Yes, it is. A very, very great game. Austin lining up on the lane.
Good form. The throw.
He does it. A 225 game.
Board, a 225.
Austin Tobia.
Wonderful game.
Yes, it is. Notice how the ball starts on the right side of the lane and then slowly begins to hook in, and then at the last second kick in just that little extra oomph.
Just like that scene from Star Wars. He's got some maneuvers. He's moving slightly to the left.
Yes, he is.
Vic. Oh, my goodness. That ball was moving at 17 miles an hour, folks. Almost 18.
Victor's ball is deadly. See, notice that power he puts into his arm.
Indeed.
I would not want to be a pin if he was bowling.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of that roll.
I don't think anyone wants to.
I can hear those pins screaming. It's an awful sound.
Yes, it is. I have not heard a sound so horrible in so many years.
My God.
Oh, a turkey.
Gobble, gobbledy-goo. A turkey for you. Victor Branceforti.
Happy Thanksgiving, Victor. You just got a turkey. Golden oven roasted.
I'm having a little too much fun with this, folks. Everything I say is probably going to be edited out, but I would just like to say I love being here. These guys are doing one hell of a job. I wish them the best of luck in the remaining season. And they're great. This is also the first and last time that I will comment one of these games. I'm retiring from broadcasting. Let's bring a tear to my eye. Thanks, everybody. You've been great.
Now that that's over.
In this final game, the scores were Mitch Cohen with a 159, Mark Ornstein with a 178, Denis Morland with a 126, Nick Zinu with a 137, Vincent Mangino with a 200, Dan Turquist with a 143, Ryan Persiano with a 189, Austin Tobia with a 225, and Victor Branch with 40 with a 204. I'm Denis Morland, signing off.